Welcome to Views of a Flick. I'm Will.I.am Defoe, a.k.a. Big Willie Style.
You.
Like normal, got Sid in the building.
What's happening?
Got Ron Jarobi in the building.
You already know me. We in the building.
And we done made it through 6 episodes. And we here reviewing the finale and the full season of Obi-Wan Kenobi.
You can go stick with the Obi-Wan.
Yeah, dude is Obi-Wan.
He ain't Obi-Wan at the...
Nah, he Obi-Wan.
He came back. He came back. Cleaned up.
So, gentlemen, I guess start off with what y'all thought of this episode. Then I guess we'll get into the full season as a total.
I'll jump off. Again, this was one of the better episodes. I enjoyed this episode a lot. I'll get into my dislikes later. I don't want to jumble the two up.
Yeah.
Just get into what I like. Yeah, I liked this episode a lot. I liked, of course, we all like the lightsaber fighting. I like the interaction, not just the lightsaber fight. I like the interaction between Vader and Obi-Wan. I felt like it gave us some clarification on,
We mean interaction. You mean like the dialogue
Yeah.
between them, not just the fight.
the dialogue between them. And I felt like it was a good episode. I felt like it was one of the better shot episodes.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Of this season. Yeah.
Except for that ship.
Well, yeah, it's
Just shifting.
and
That part is always so funny to me in Star Wars. Like, you flying in all of space. They act like they flying down the tunnel.
right.
And like, you got all that room and y'all staying right there. But go ahead.
Nah, I get what you're saying, but the dialogue between Obi-Wan and Vader was the cherry on top.
Yeah, probably some of the best writing of the season.
Yeah. Like I said, again, it was one of the better shot episodes. I like the scenery we got for the duel.
Yeah. Yeah, whatever planet that was.
Yeah.
I don't think they ever said a name or anything like that.
I can't recall if they did.
Yeah.
I like the limited interaction from
Oh my gosh, I already know what you're about to say.
everybody else.
Oh.
I mean, like I said, I'm going to get to my dislikes in a minute, but I like the limited interaction from everybody else.
Oh no, that's a like for me.
What? The limited interaction?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leia, take your ass on.
And, yeah, that's all I got for my likes.
About you, Ryan?
It's
Jarobi.
about the same with me. One of the better episodes, of course, which I knew the finale was gonna be like that. I like the what's her name? I like
Reva.
the fact that Reva. I wouldn't say there's a redemption for her, but kind of.
Well, I told y'all that was going to happen.
What?
That she was going to help him. Well, not help him.
I'm about to say, who she help?
I mean,
She
by
didn't
not
help
killing
nobody.
him, she helped him.
I mean, I guess, yeah, but this episode was good to me. I did enjoy just Obi-Wan finally. It's not even the fact that I enjoyed him not interacting with nobody. The fact that he got his balls back and he act like he didn't need nobody. You know what I'm saying?
Felt like Obi-Wan.
Yeah. You feel more like Obi-Wan in this one?
Let me add something to that. I did one of my favorite parts of this episode was when he cut Vader's helmet, and you actually seen under the mask he looked like how you would imagine Darth Vader would look under that mask, without seeing any other images of him out there mask. He didn't look confused. He looked like it was pure evil up under that mask.
Yeah. I like the scenery of him, of that They should do that. They should have that visual of them more often. Actually,
Mm-hmm.
I like that. But was you done, Ryan?
Trying to think what else happened. Well, no, that's more of a dislike. We could wait on that.
Oh, so we just doing likes right
Yeah,
now?
yeah.
Well, I
right.
was just, I was
All
just
right.
saying, I'm just trying to, to highlight the positive shit first. I do think but I be thinking all them shits be stupid. But I do think how fast did these start these battles?
Hey man, we're talking about likes.
Right.
Yeah. It sounds like you about to get into something you didn't like.
No, I just asked how fast are these big ass ships be?
They pretty fast.
Okay, because I was wondering how they caught them, but
Well, I mean, that's a Star Wars thing.
yeah, but
That's the niggas always right up on somebody's ass after being
Yeah,
a planet away.
I don't think just without jumping into light speed, or is it hyperspace?
Light speed, I think.
That's basically the same
Hyperspeed or something probably.
It's the hyperdrive, so it's hyperspace. I wasn't gonna stop till I got that right. But without jumping into hyperspace, nobody is just outran a Star Destroyer
Yeah,
at all. No matter what ship they've been in. You know, they say the Millennium Falcon was one of the fastest ships in Star Wars, and without that hyperdrive, that Death Star was on them. Can't outrun them.
Star Wars BS. But yeah, Ron, would you still had any more?
no, I was thinking about I liked that Owen and them was like, all right, we finna try to protect him, but
Right.
What you think they was gonna do?
I'm just saying, I just like the fact that they wasn't like, ooh, what we gonna do? They went right to work, or
Yeah.
tried to go to work at least.
I mean, when they take on a job like that, I mean, they better be willing to do to do that. It would have been crazy if they would have just been scared. Like, nigga, what y'all sign up for this?
I mean, it didn't look like Owen was trying to do that. Owen was like, look, we gotta get out of here. She was like, no, we got this. So
I mean, well, I probably would have shook also. I mean, if they had just shook, what would have happened? But then again, I'm about to get into a dislike. Did you have any more, Ryan?
Go ahead.
Now with this episode, I will say this was one of the better episodes of the season. Probably my second favorite. Maybe probably my second favorite.
Mm-hmm.
But I am conflicted with this episode. It's a lot of highs in this episode, but to me, it's a lot of lows. Like, I would stay with the highs. I did enjoy watching the Obi and Vader fight.
Mm-hmm.
I did enjoy watching his conversation with Sidious and Sidious questioning if he was over his master or not yet, and all of that. I think that was kind of them leading us into a Vader series kind
I
of.
mean, he always questioned Vader about that though. But if you know the
But no,
comments-
I was just saying that I think that's kind of gonna lead us into a Vader series probably. I enjoyed that we did not get as much Leia in this episode. They showed her a little bit in the beginning, showed her a little bit in the end, but the meat of the episode that really meant something towards the episode, she was far away, like she needed to be the whole season really, but I think we saw a little bit of the potential of what the show could have been if it was just focused on Obi
Right.
and Darth Vader.
Right. And I like we got our first Force Ghost in the series actually on screen.
Yeah.
You-
Oh no, because we on likes.
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, you go ahead.
Now we could jump into the dislikes.
All right. I was about to take a sip, but no, that ghost that Force Ghost, they wasted that.
Why?
You built up the whole season to show this nigga at the very end of the last episode after he done went through all of this. And when he was in the moment where you should have popped up, this nigga thought about Leia and Luke.
Huh?
I get you. I follow you.
Well,
You did all this to build up the Obi-Wan coming and him needing Obi-Wan and I mean not Obi-Wan. What's the nigga name? Qui-Gon Jinn. Him needing him Yoda telling him, I will teach you how to find them 10 years ago. And this nigga still, in this moment of need, thought about them. And then when this nigga riding off into the sunset, here your ass gonna pop up talk about, always been here. You just needed to find me.
no, he said you just couldn't see.
You just couldn't see.
Right.
Man, if you don't get your fuck ass on somewhere.
I mean, but that's not
If
on
I was
him.
Obi-Wan, that's what I would have told him. If
That's
you don't
not
get-
on him. That's on
if you-
Obi-Wan. Because remember, see, in the end of Revenge of the Sith, he had to teach Obi-Wan to even be able to communicate with him.
Exactly.
And he
That's
wasn't
my-
training.
No, that's my problem, nigga. But no,
But that's Obi-Wan's fault.
He's been trying to. You telling me he been trying to find Qui-Gon Jinn for 10 years?
He ain't been trying to find Qui-Gon.
Yes, he had. They started the series off with him trying to find him.
He wasn't trying to find. Qui-Gon was dead.
All right. I'm not talking about physically trying to find him. I'm talking about mentally trying to talk to him.
He cut himself off from the Force. How was he gonna see a Force ghost?
I'm just saying they was setting it up that he has been trying to connect with them.
Oh, well, I didn't catch that in the series.
The first scene of Obi-Wan, he trying to connect with him
Well,
when he in the cave.
Yeah, he was in the bed.
Yeah.
He was trying to connect with him
Yes.
when he was eating.
No, he was laying down or some shit like that.
He did just woke up or he getting ready to go to sleep.
And he was like, Qui-Gon or something.
just
show
woke
you,
up.
yeah, show yourself to me. I need you or some shit like that. What am I supposed to do? Is it some shit like that? But just to move forward,
Yeah.
I thought the writing of this show was just as, like I said, it had its highs. Probably the dialogue between Vader and Obi-Wan is probably the best the best writing of the entire season of the show, probably. I thought a lot of the things that they set up fell flat. I thought it was a lot of power scaling issues. Because, like I said, I enjoyed watching the Vader versus Obi-Wan fight. But it ain't no way in hell that should have happened. If you didn't show Obi-Wan being this weak, this entire series. I've never seen Obi-Wan this strong. And it just come out of nowhere. From Leia and Luke. It would have been different if this nigga talked to Qui-Gon and unlocked some shit and they talked about some shit and he got some strength from that. But no, I'm not buying. I'm not buying this. I'm not buying this strength multiplier.
Okay, and that was one of my dislikes. And most of my dislikes is not per se from this episode. It's from this season in general.
And I should probably say that's probably where my confliction come from. Probably not with this episode, but the setup to this episode.
My biggest gripe with this, like I enjoyed this. I couldn't enjoy it as much as I wanted to because basically they retconned a lot in this series. They either retconned it, they retconned a lot in this series if you ask me because that scene with Obi-Wan and his force abilities, not his lightsaber skills, his force ability. Obi-Wan is never shown to be that powerful in the prequels.
I was just gonna ask y'all that.
No, in the prequels. Hold on, I'm gonna get to it. In the prequels or in the original trilogy, even in the Clone Wars series, Obi-Wan has never been that powerful in the Force. And it is stated in the expanded. Now I don't know if it's the expanded universe that Obi-Wan was not that powerful. You know what I'm saying?
He was more like a skilled fighter,
Right.
acrobatic.
But as far as force abilities, Obi-Wan wasn't one of the strongest Force wielders that it was. Now with the lightsaber, he was one of the best, but actually Force abilities, he wasn't. Now, like
What he do in the Force that makes you think he was as powerful as you say? Pushing Vader back?
Pushing Vader back, and then the fact that how he had all them rocks flying at Vader. Only other person been able to do that is Vader.
No.
Insidious.
And
Yoda?
Sidious.
I mean,
Yoda and Dooku.
But the thing is you're still naming people who are extremely powerful in the Force. Obi-Wan was never that powerful, which I said it's enjoyable. I didn't dislike.
I feel like that's elementary in the Force, but go ahead.
No, they actually stated that Obi-Wan was not that powerful. He could not. He was barely a Jedi.
And in this episode, they showed us that he was more powerful than Vader. Where they tried to tell
In that
us.
moment.
Exactly. In that moment, that he was more powerful than Vader.
But that, like I said, this is my biggest gripe with this. I enjoyed it. You know what I'm saying? I enjoyed this series, but the redcon issues that we had coming out through this is where the biggest negatives come in at, because like I said, the Force abilities with with Obi-Wan, and then we all know the other thing with Leia. The connection her and Obi-Wan have, it changes the dynamic of Star Wars looking forward, or it should have.
And then you do all that to try and build up a relationship between them all season. She's staring into this nigga eyes. She putting her hand over to hold this nigga hand.
She's nice.
And then when it's all over, you show her being excited to see him. She runs up to this nigga and is more excited to see the droid and says nothing to Obi-Wan.
I don't think the writers actually seen the original trilogy or comprehended the original
I
trilogy.
don't think these writers can.
I think that's where the issue is at.
Yeah, I just stick with that. I go with what you said.
What was your dislikes?
My dislikes was what was my dislikes? It was did it have something to do? No, I didn't like but my dislike more with the series.
Mm.
And it ain't got nothing to do with them. I didn't think the Inquisitors did enough.
Right. Yeah.
That was really one of the main things for real. I don't really had too many dislikes from this, but that was one thing that I wish would have happened. We'd have got more from it, especially the Grand Inquisitor.
Yeah, I would have liked to see more old boy from Fast and Furious.
Right.
Because I don't think we saw him after episode 3? I don't think we saw him again. Episode 4, maybe?
We missed the opportunity to see, like I said, we missed the opportunity to see Obi-Wan fight an Inquisitor. The only people we've seen fight an Inquisitor is Vader and basically Jedi from the what's his name? Ezra from the he didn't even fight him. What was his name? Caleb from the Kanan. Caleb was his undercover name, but that's the only person we've ever seen fight an Inquisitor.
Kanan his undercover name. His real name was Caleb, I think. Because he went by Kanan the whole series. You ain't learn about the other name until like the end.
Yeah, his name was Caleb Doom, right?
Something like that,
Yeah. But I think we missed the opportunity to see Obi-Wan dismantle an Inquisitor. That was something that I felt like we missed the opportunity on. And we had the perfect one with old boy from Fast and the Furious. You know, Obi-Wan could have sliced him up and moved on, and everything would have been in line. I just felt
don't
like
slice him up. He should have sliced up the other girl, the white girl.
One of them.
Ain't nobody care about her.
Either one of them.
We're going here, Ron.
But yeah.
So it was theorized that in Return of the Jedi, Revenge of the Sith, when Obi-Wan put his hands on Padme after she fainted, after what's name force choked her, that he force healed her. So y'all telling me, and again, I done played a lot of like Star Wars games. I read a lot of the lore. The stuff that y'all talking about as far as him doing with the Force is elementary compared to some of the stuff that they really can do.
But you talking about stuff that people made up about him, that people like that ain't nothing that's been like brought up by Star Wars or Lucasfilm or George Lucas or nothing.
Well,
right, but you said he said in the expanded
Right,
universe
right,
they
right.
said that
I
he
feel, I
wasn't
feel,
that
I
he
feel
wasn't
what you
that
saying.
good in the Force.
Right, I feel what you saying, and the reason I say that is because this was Vader he was fighting.
Exactly. He ain't fighting some random Inquisitor.
But what that mean? He don't mean he can't
Well,
throw rocks at Vader?
Nah, that means his force ability is not as strong as Vader.
He was
They
he
not.
was pushing Vader around with the Force.
Yeah, you can push anybody with the Force.
I ain't the most
But
knowledgeable in
can
Star
push
Wars.
anybody
or
with
Right,
the
anything
Force.
like
but
that.
my thing is,
but I thought that if like you're stronger in the Force, like you would be able to easily stop somebody from pushing you with the Force.
not,
You can
not
if you
necessarily.
can if you ready for it.
Not necessarily.
They mid fight, he pushing when he about to swing. That's an off guard push. And then on top of it, them rocks weren't really doing nothing but breaking on Vader. They was breaking over Vader for real. It wasn't really.
The nigga balled up in the corner when
He was
throwing
off
the rock.
because he had just got damn near fucked up. He just got fucked up, pushed into a rock.
Hey man,
But-
I just
you know, I mean, that's not
That's
nothing.
elementary of
That's
the
not
Force shit
nothing
to me.
that I would hang the series on. With that scene in particular, like I said, I enjoyed it. It just added in to my overall dislike about the series, about the continuity issues we had with this series. This series has opened up basically a can of worms.
cause it's like this nigga Vader over here talking tough. Like nigga, you just got your ass whooped by Obi-Wan. What you mean you steady looking for him? And nigga, oh my gosh. Rhyme, I remember why I said that Obi-Wan is a complete idiot. You had this nigga down a second time. A second time. Down for the count. You thought he was dead the first time. The nigga come back as Vader, destroying the galaxy, looking for you, going through Jedi. You got him down again, and your ass just walk away. I understand it's tough. But your ass just went for a headshot with the saber a second before that. And now all of a sudden you just gonna walk away and just leave him right there. If your stupid ass don't kill this nigga. Right there. But we know he can't do that because we know Vader don't die right there.
Obi-Wan.
And he softened up again after he saw his face.
I feel like Obi-Wan shouldn't have won. I feel like it.
No,
should've-
Obi-Wan shouldn't have won.
I feel like at that point it should have been fought to a standstill, and Obi-Wan escaped. I don't think Obi-Wan should have won, but again,
I don't even think it should have been fought to a standstill. I think at the end of it,
When he
Obi-Wan
threw-
should have been running for his life. Because right now, I didn't mean to
No, go
cut
ahead.
you off or anything. But right now, we don't know if it's going to be a season 2 or not.
That's what it's seeming like.
Yeah, it probably
That's
will
what it
be.
seems like. But
At this point, if you just beat Vader, why would this nigga go back into hiding?
I don't think he actually went back into hiding. I
Me
think he
neither.
went off in the universe and started doing other stuff. I think he went to actually go off and have some adventures for the next couple years. But
So y'all think Obi-Wan gonna be out here for a little while
yeah, I think
and then
so.
going to hiding? Shit just gonna
I
get
don't
too
think he's
strong.
going into hiding no more.
He has to at some point. That's the point of that. Hey, that's the thing about knowing the future. He
But
has to at some point.
But that's my point about the continuity issues. We
I say the only person that went into true hiding was Yoda.
we assume that Vader had no idea where Obi-Wan was on the Death Star. So, it's just, with Obi-Wan leaving with after defeating Vader again, it's like, how do you explain why he's so afraid of Vader?
Maybe with that conversation with Sidious,
I don't think he was afraid of Vader after that fight.
Yoda and Obi-Wan was scared of Vader
That's
in the
Yoda.
original trilogy.
In the original trilogy,
Obi-Wan was too.
he walked up on. He was going to look for Vader in A New Hope on the ship. He was going to look for Vader. But we still can't forget, his mission is to make sure Luke is good.
It gotta be a season 2. It has to be more to this because like it just don't line up.
What don't line up?
The last time you fought him, you beat him. And the next time you fight him, you just give up. Oh, I can't beat this nigga.
What, on New Hope?
Mm-hmm.
No, he let him kill him.
Exactly. My point exactly.
He even said, when you kill me, I'll become more powerful than I ever been.
Yeah, but that's just some.
No, it ain't. They believe, Jedis believe once they become completely
But they
one with
didn't
the Force,
show
they're the
us.
most
They
powerful.
didn't show us that he was more powerful than he had ever been.
They haven't showed us
That's
no
what I mean.
Force
That's what
ghosts
I mean.
that
That's what I
said
mean. That's what I mean. That that's just writing. That's just I'll be stronger than I've ever been when I'm dead. That's just writing.
And here's
They
my
haven't
thing.
showed us about no Force.
You see this
ghosts.
conversation we having right here? That's the whole point about when you're going back and you're changing stuff.
Yeah.
It's left
you're
up
right.
to it's left up to whatever I want to feel like it was.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're conflicted on what the hell going on.
Yeah.
We've had Star Wars for 40 years, and with this one series, it has turned it all upside down.
In which, like I said, if they can fill it in, if they give us a
can't fill it
season
in.
2, or if they give us a Vader
To
series.
me, they filled shit in
You
with
can't
this,
fill
so.
it in. You can't.
Yeah, yeah.
To me, they filled stuff in with this series.
And I'm gonna say this: to me, you open up a whole nother can of worms because now you have to explain Leia. Leia and Obi-Wan Obi-Wan got a better relationship with Leia than he do with Luke. He ain't even met Luke yet.
But that we know why he ain't met Luke.
But and I'll give you that. But how is it that he does not have this relationship or this connection with Leia throughout the original trilogy? Leia has heard Obi-Wan name come up over and
He
over.
ain't even last the whole trilogy. Oh, you talking about the prequels?
No, the original trilogy.
He only lasted the first movie.
But here's
But
the
they
thing.
already have
Hold
a
on.
relationship.
And Leia
at
never
the beginning
and
of the
Leia
movie.
never brought him up. Leia never said, "Damn, I remember Obi-Wan when he came and got me when these motherfuckers was chasing me around with lightsabers."
Not came and got me. The nigga
so
saved
why
her
he
like
was
2-3
why she was
times.
the only why she was the only one that was looking for him? Why she was the only one that sent the message to him?
Because he was the only Jedi that they knew out there. Her father sent him.
Exactly.
But what I'm saying is through
Hold
this.
on, hold on. Are you talking about in
A
this
New Hope.
series
A
or
New
in the,
Hope.
yeah? That's what I thought you were talking about. Yeah, because I thought that because they thought that he was the only Jedi like left.
That's what y'all thought, I guess.
But that's
But
what
I thought that's what they was portraying in the movie.
But that's what I'm saying. You saying that's what we thought. But the fact is that's what was implied in the original trilogy. Now you open up this relationship with Leia in this show,
We
and
just
now
pluck it
it's
out of thin
now
air.
it's a difference in opinions. Well, I don't see it that way. When before this, we didn't have this issue. Obi-Wan ain't had nothing to do with Leia. Now he has a relationship with Leia that nobody
That was just assumed, though. Still, that was still assumed.
assumed. When did we start assuming that? Just now?
No, y'all, you the one said it with
Right.
back then.
Oh, here's the thing: if I get kidnapped, Vader and the Inquisitors chasing me, I'm gonna remember the person that saved my life. And throughout the original trilogy,
He saved her 2-3
You keep saying throughout he didn't. He only
let me finish.
one movie.
Let me finish my point. Leia has sat and had conversations with Luke about Obi-Wan, and not one time did Obi-Wan come up. Leia never told Luke, "Hey, I know, dude."
I know he saved me when I was a kid.
It never came up. Like I said, I feel what you're saying.
She made it seem like she didn't really know him. She just knew he was a good Jedi that was still out there.
And now you showed that they actually had some type of connection, which, like I said, I wouldn't have a problem with it if it didn't mess up the continuity of the series.
And it ain't some type of connection like, well, I don't know. After the end of this last episode, maybe it is just some loose some type of connection. But they tried to set it up throughout the series like they was gonna have a strong connection after this. And I will say thank you to the writers for not having that droid or Leia save this nigga Obi-Wan. Because I would have been even madder about that fight if one of them had saved him
What drove? Oh,
from Vader. And one more, like, I do like that we finally got Vader music at the end of this episode. I do like we finally got that. I've been waiting on that. I will say that.
like I said, I enjoyed the series overall. It was a delight, but it just opened up some unanswered questions, and it just made a lot of things not make sense anymore.
And you enjoyed the series as a whole.
Yeah.
What is it, 6 episodes? I would probably say I enjoyed half the episodes and I disliked the other half. I guess this series really a wash. It ain't nothing that I would ever like really go back to or feel the need to go back to, even if they have like a season 2. Like you said,
I would probably just skip the first episode.
And shit, yeah. I would agree. But like you said, this 6-part episode, this 6-part series seemed like it did nothing but open up more questions about how did he get from here to where we see him in A New Hope. And we know that he's an old man in A New Hope. Or, A New Hope, first one. And we know it's a long time, in which I will say I don't understand how Obi-Wan aged from where he is now to there in that amount of time. But it's just my brain.
I don't know the time frame.
It got to be about 10 years.
9.
But
Because this happened 10 years after Revenge of the Sith, right?
Yeah.
It's 9 years from now.
I just found it funny. Like, damn, he gonna grow
if it
way
was
older
17
than
years
Luke.
after Revenge of the Sith, this nigga Obi-Wan is old or now.
It was
Oh yeah.
it was
No,
19 years after.
I was just talking about the way Ewan McGregor look and how old. That's what I'm saying. It wasn't nothing like that. Wasn't nothing serious.
Even with that, I'm not really worried about how Obi-Wan got from where he is now to where he is in A New Hope.
See that.
It's the continuity. Like I said, that's my biggest problem with the whole thing. The continuity.
Exactly, because you have access to everything that we've seen. And my thing is, y'all know just as well as we. Let me take that back. They may not know because executives, most of them, they tell us all the time that they don't even look at any of that shit. So maybe they didn't know where Obi-Wan ended off in the prequels and where we know that he ended up in the original series. Maybe they didn't know. But to me, if you decide to make an Obi-Wan series, homework for you is to go back and watch everything that Obi-Wan has been in. Like if I told y'all, hey man, Disney just said that they want me to make an Obi-Wan series. How stupid would I look not going and watching Rebels and Clone Wars?
He wasn't that much. He was only on one episode of Rebels, so he don't need to watch that.
Well, Clone Wars.
Yeah.
How stupid would I look not going back and watching that?
You don't need to watch Clone Wars.
Huh?
I don't think you really need to watch Clone Wars.
Well,
you talking about the movie?
I'm just talking about anything Obi-Wan has been in. I just said Clone Wars because y'all always say I need to watch it, and we always talk about it. But I'm just saying, how stupid would I look not going back and watching and at least reading and studying up on who the character is that I'm making a show about? Because to me, watching this, like I said, maybe they gonna get a season 2, and maybe we gonna get further into the story, and maybe they gonna explain this. But now they're not setting up to where Obi-Wan is at the end of his journey. Let me say that, I guess.
Nah.
I guess a big thing for me is because to me, at the end of the journey, Obi-Wan wasn't shit. He ain't really display nothing for real in A New Hope to say, oh, why is Obi-Wan looking like, why he like this? Why he not like this in the show?
But I guess also to you, he really didn't. Cause you called it basic. What you say? Basic use of the Force.
It's the shit that he's doing was elementary. That's everybody know how to. Every Jedi can pick up a rock with their mind and throw it.
I about to say, so to you, he really didn't do nothing astounding in this episode either.
I've seen. Come on, bro. I've seen too many Jedi's do way more better shit than that. Mm-hmm. I've seen a nigga. Well, I played the game. It was a game. Vader apprentice straight grabbed it. He wasn't dark side, so that's why I'm saying. That's why I brought him up, because he wasn't necessarily dark. You know what I'm saying? But he wasn't light either. This nigga grabbed the ship with the Force. That's what that whole scene come from.
Now,
you know
I will highlight of the season, because I meant to bring this up episode 5. That part when Vader grabbed the ship and just threw just pulled that motherfucker back. That was fire. That was a fire shot. Shout out directors. Shout out to everybody who ever thought of that. That was good.
Yeah,
but then again,
they got it from somebody
y'all
else.
Y'all wrote that episode knowing that Obi-Wan finna best this nigga in a fight with the Force.
But that's all that fight was foreshadowing they fight when he was training. That's what that was.
How?
Because Vader was getting too enraged. He was losing patience.
When?
Doing this fight.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was.
What?
Yes, he was, bro. You could tell he wasn't. Whenever Vader get frustrated, he grabbed the saber with 2 hands.
No, okay.
He grabbed the saber with 2 hands. I even tested my theory by going back and watching the episode when he fought Ahsoka, and Ahsoka was giving it to him for a minute. He had, all right, let me fire for real.
Yeah, because he was fighting them majority of the fight with 1 hand. He using his other hand and he used the Force, and then he was frustrated. Yeah, and then he did grab it with 2.
Like I said, I don't even feel like them rocks. He threw them rocks at him. That wasn't even a nigga here. Take these rocks. That was the foot. Get him flustered.
But my thing is, you know that from from looking at comics and knowing Vader and watching other stuff in Star Wars. Set that up for me in the show. Because when he fought Reva, it was a point where he put his other hand on the saber.
He ain't touch his lightsaber when he fought Reva. He didn't even pull it out.
Well, not his. Well, hers.
Yeah. He had 2 of them he had 1 in each hand. Until he gave her 1 back, yeah. Yeah,
no. When he got it, he connected them and had just 1. And then only time he had 2 was when he broke it off and then just gave it to her. He never used 2. But that was just something. It was just, I just found it weird that all of a sudden that we get this. Because my thought was, everybody thought that Vader was just running through the galaxy in this time between Return of the Jedi and Return of a New Hope.
He was running through most of it.
Episode Revenge of the Sith and Return of the Jedi.
He was running through most of it, but there's a few Jedis that got, you know what I'm saying, got the best of Vader.
I don't never remember hearing about any of that.
You didn't read the comics either.
Yeah, it was.
You didn't read the comic either.
It was a few of them that almost killed them. It was a few of them.
Okay.
But
well, if y'all telling me that, hey, maybe I had some built up sense of how strong Vader is, and maybe he's just not as strong as I thought he was.
Well, that's what I.
No, he's strong.
Not for much longer. I hope. I hope he is, but the trend that I'm seeing.
He want Vader to get nerfed so bad.
No, I don't. It's just with the trend that I'm seeing.
To me, it seemed like they already did it. But
like I said, I chalked that up to it being Obi-Wan. Okay, it's Obi-Wan. I can't really get too mad at that. But it was,
and it's his series.
Yeah. But just the trend that I'm seeing with these properties, man. It's just they don't know how to handle these characters. They want to turn these characters into something different than what they were before.
But Disney. That's what happened when you buy something and throw out all the notes of the person that created.
I mean, what notes you think George had for this show?
Them nigga gave apparently they say the nigga gave them notes on the next 2 trilogies and notes on every single character in Star Wars. And they say, well, not that they say, that it's fact that Kathleen Kennedy threw that shit out and never used any of it.
I remember.
And it looked like it. Cause
and again, which goes back to her being upset about Luke and the Mandalorian. They were highly upset with the way Luke was portrayed in the Mandalorian.
And I'm gonna say it now.
You think they nerfed Obi-Wan because of that?
I'm gonna say it now. Give Jon Favreau all this shit.
Besides Favreau and
J.J. Abrams, give them all of this shit. I mean, Dave Filoni.
Besides them two, who have done these characters justice?
Nobody.
Like I like Vader in this.
No, I'm not talking about Vader. I like Vader in this. I'm saying moving forward, just with all the characters you've had, besides Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau, these characters just have not been themselves.
Which characters besides Obi-Wan?
Shit.
And I guess Leia.
Luke.
So you think Luke got nerfed?
We could take it to Boba Fett.
I ain't talking about the last trilogy because I'm still got my, you know what I'm saying. I still believe I believe on the last trilogy.
I straight never talking about them.
So when else?
Never bring them up.
When else was they nerfed, or when else was they?
I mean,
the characters even.
We've only had a few characters. We've named pretty much everybody.
Yeah. Luke, Leia, Obi-Wan, Vader. We didn't name them. Only people we haven't named is Yoda, Mace Windu.
None of them was nerfed to me.
And we
R2D2,
C3PO.
Who?
Vader and Mace Windu. We haven't got any of them, and depending on who handling it,
Sam,
I might not want to see it.
I about to say, Sam, please do not do a Mace Windu show, because all this talk about, yeah, man, Mace, he landed on some type of car ship or something.
That was me.
Hold on.
He landed on something. And
you said
and been doing
you said
all this
last week. Star Wars is basically the Force and lightsabers in general. That's pretty much the basis of Star Wars in your eyes, right?
I mean, that's what I like Star Wars for.
But I'm saying though, it has a certain element, it has a certain mystique about it, right? When it comes to the lightsabers and the Force, there's a certain expectation. I hate to bring up the original trilogy, the sequel trilogy, but the only reason I'm bringing it up because we're talking about the people who are in charge of Star Wars right now. I knew we were in for some bull when Rey sliced Kylo's face. When I seen that, I said, yeah, this ain't fit to be what I expected to be. And ever since then, I have not...
When she sliced Kylo's face? When she
shit.
broke his helmet?
Nah, he ain't have on no helmet. After he had just sliced Finn up the back when it was in the forest, was it snow? What was that on? The Force Awakens.
I don't remember her slicing him in the face.
And tell me this, I don't know. I might be tripping.
Oh, his eye? That scar he got over his eye?
Yeah.
But I thought before.
Hold on.
Anything that lightsabers went through, like they cut through.
They do.
And then not since the sequel trilogy in any series
No,
that
but
we've seen lightsabers in. They haven't.
But you ain't seen nobody actually get a clean slice through somebody.
The nigga clean cut Vader right in the back.
Yeah, but it was
If that was
tip.
Oh no.
It was the tip.
No, it wasn't the tip.
Well,
It
you gotta.
was.
Well, hold on.
Nigga, look at his
hold on,
back.
hold on,
It's a
hold on.
long
Hold on.
streak going
No, what
down
I'm
his
saying
back.
is the tip of the blade. He got caught by the tip of the blade.
When y'all get done, I'll tell you why.
Go ahead.
Vader armor. Vader has armor that repels it. Luke should have cut his arm off in Empire Strikes Back when he hit him in the shoulder. His armor won't allow you to go through it like that.
Okay. All right. I take that. See? That's what I mean by you showing me shit that they've already shown in the universe. It's evidence of in the universe.
But that goes back to my biggest problem. Who are you making this for? Because the only people that's watching this, you're not getting any new audience members. You might get a few new ones here and there. It's not too many new audience members coming in.
Only thing
Did y'all forget?
No,
Okay,
that's what they doing this shit for.
Listen.
New audience members.
What was your problem with her slicing what's her name in the face?
How is it she just picked up a lightsaber and this somebody who's been training?
You forgot about her staff. She already was. She can wield a weapon already.
Okay.
Like what? What are y'all talking
Nah,
about? Yes,
that's not nah.
Yes,
Let
she wasn't
me-
doing
hold
nothing.
on,
She
wait a
wasn't
minute,
doing.
hold on.
She wasn't doing nothing extravagant. She wasn't doing all this shit and all that with the lightsaber. She had it. She you know
Correct
what I'm
me if
saying?
I'm wrong. You the way you use the lightsaber is with the Force, right?
No.
Yes,
Anybody
and no.
could, anybody could pick a lightsaber up just like Finn did.
And he got his back sliced open.
Yes, but Finn didn't have no.
But I thought there was a lot of people problem with the prequel series. Like I thought a lot of people had a problem that Finn could use the lightsaber.
And he couldn't.
He couldn't use
When
the
he
lightsaber.
picked it up, he was garbage.
No, I mean I thought a lot of people had
No,
a
anybody
problem.
can pick it up and power it up. Okay, see what you're saying. No,
Yeah, that's what I'm
anybody
saying.
can pick it up and power it up. Now, your skills with it is better when you are connected to the Force. But any random person can pick up a lightsaber and fire it up.
Oh, I thought
You
I
don't
thought
need-
you I thought you
No.
could fire. I thought you fired it up with the Force.
Nah.
No,
But with that being said, you said Ray, she had
she is already like kind of a. She had like
in Ron.
combat skills already.
And the thing is, Kylo been trained since birth by Luke, and then went over to the dark side. You're not going to. Nobody's going to pick up a lightsaber. I don't care how much training you had. Nobody should.
you know our argument on this about him.
What?
He wasn't trying to kill her.
I don't think he was trying to get his face sliced open.
He
sliced
probably
open
wouldn't, but he did, trying not to kill her.
All I'm saying is, man, we can sit here and we can debate on what you feel like happened, what I feel like happened. Ultimately, it comes down to the writing and these people not knowing what they're doing. Now we have a debate on what's right, what's wrong. You might even be right. I'm not saying you wrong, but the
Set
fact
that
of the
shit
matter
up.
is the writing in this series, since George has given it over, has left everything to your own interpretation.
Which to me, art has always
Because,
been like
that's
that.
because Disney.
No,
don't-
everything else was straightforward to me.
I'm saying
the-
art.
That's because Disney don't really know what Star Wars is.
So
they don't
hold on.
really
I don't
know.
believe it.
So you said
I don't believe it.
so they and I don't feel like they do because
I don't believe
again
it.
because since they have taken it over, the lore, the continuity, and the characters have not been the same. It's all over the place.
And why don't you believe it?
Because I've seen some of the stuff they've done, and it was good.
But
I didn't say it wasn't good.
outside of the animated stuff,
No,
Yeah,
because
Mandalorian.
it's completely different people that work on that.
well, I'm not saying it's not good. You misinterpreting what I'm saying. I'm not telling you everything they put out was garbage. That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah, and I agree with
what
you.
I'm saying is it don't make sense.
That's why I said give it all to Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, because it seemed like they actually know Star Wars and was fans of Star Wars, i.e. Kevin Feige and Marvel.
Yeah, I'm not saying it was garbage. Like I said, a lot of the stories they tell, if they
My thing is these retcons y'all talking about, to me, don't really change nothing but an emotion in the character.
what you mean it don't change the emotion?
Like with the Leia shit, all this supposedly retcon, because like I said, to me, I don't know that in that movie, just because she didn't show no emotion, to me I feel like that was because Luke was the main character, and he the one that had that's the one that's who they was marketing. That's how I feel like. That's why.
But hold on. You can't judge the original trilogy of what they just did now. The reason Luke was marketed like that because Leia was written not to have had any interaction with Obi-Wan Kenobi. That's the way her character was written.
But that's what I'm saying. How was she written like that?
Did she have any interaction with him?
In what?
Did she
The original trilogy.
Did she have any feelings towards him?
Right, that's what I'm saying. We
not
don't
even
know
not even interaction. Did she have any feelings towards him?
I'm gonna do you one better.
Again, we don't know that.
I'm gonna do you one better. Owen didn't see Owen and Obi-Wan did not see each other in the original trilogy, right? But we knew they knew each other, and Owen didn't care for him. Right or wrong?
Right or wrong?
I
don't think I remember.
I just
ain't no I guess.
Fried.
When R2 showed up, and it was a message saying Obi-Wan Kenobi, Luke asks, "Is he talking about being Kenobi?" And
you're right.
And he was like, "So who is Obi-Wan Kenobi?" And Owen was like, "Oh, he don't exist no more." And he had a whole attitude. We knew he did not like Obi-Wan Kenobi.
He had an attitude towards him in this series.
Which part was in continuity. But you bring in Leia, who is a way bigger character than Owen, and she don't have no connection to Obi-Wan. Regardless to him being a Force ghost or not, he was in all 3 movies. Continuity.
But that's
Obi-Wan.
But you want to know why that is, though? Because the writers go into it saying that we want to have Leia in this series.
And that's fine. But the fact of the matter is you have to write it to where it doesn't retcon what has come before it. That's my whole issue with this series.
But that's why I said that the niggas don't. They obviously they don't know what came before.
What else was retconned in this series? I mean, with Leia, besides the fact that she didn't know, dude. What else was retconned?
I mean, to me, it was the whole, handling of Obi-Wan Kenobi. Like I said, it could just be my opinion, but his Force abilities, them being
No. I'm talking about. I'm talking about with him and Leia, that retcon part. I don't none of the other stuff.
They whole relationship.
Because I got my. No, I'm saying, but what else was retcon from the original movies besides the fact that, okay, going off what y'all say, we didn't know they had a relationship in the old movies. They didn't have one. Okay, what else? How else did it affect Star Wars? Them having a relationship in this.
Oh, you mean affecting Star Wars as a
further?
Bigger
Yeah,
story?
because that's his point. It affected continuity of Star Wars when really it's just continuity of just that particular thing. No, but I'm asking, is it something else that it's supposed to retcon?
Well, yeah, it doesn't make sense anymore because if Obi-Wan Kenobi has this relationship with Leia, why is he just only focused on Luke when he know Leia?
Because Luke was supposed to be the chosen one. It wasn't said that Leia had Force ability.
But again, I'm gonna correct you. When Obi-Wan said that's our last hope, Yoda corrected him and said, "No, it's another one." Everything you saying has already been proven. Them making that relationship with Leia screwed everything up. Obi-Wan clears that. Yoda clears. They say, "Nah, it's another one." We didn't know what it meant until they said Leia was his twin.
Yeah, but was he saying she had Force abilities by saying it's another one? She led the rebellion. She led that victory.
Ron.
His point by that was it's another chosen one. It's not just Luke.
Also, now Leia chosen one too?
If Yoda sit there and say Luke got up and I'm going off the conversation. When Luke left Dagobah, Obi-Wan said that boy is our last hope. Yoda said no. There's another. Which implies Luke not our only shot in the dark. We got somebody else we can use too.
So is that saying that Leia was chosen?
What I'm saying.
That's what I'm asking.
That's what they implying.
Yeah, that's what they said.
Yeah, that's what they implying. Yeah.
So why was it such a problem when they they showed Leia and Luke training with the lightsabers?
Who was it a problem with?
Everybody had a problem with that.
No, everybody didn't have a problem until she was flying through space.
Well, see, again, you don't know about the Force bubble.
I don't know. I ain't never seen nobody freeze and fly through space in Star Wars.
I didn't have a problem with Leia training. Remember, it was all kind of expanded universe material where Leia basically became a Jedi.
No, I don't. That stuff I didn't read. That stuff I didn't know about.
Well, I didn't have a problem with. I didn't see what the issue was with Leia training because that fit into the continuity.
So, why was okay? But you had a problem with when you do know that Leia gave Rey some training, right?
After she sliced Kylo's face open.
So
That's my point. How can somebody with no training slice somebody who's trained since?
let me
birth?
ask you a question: if she didn't have a lightsaber, she had a regular sword and she sliced it up, would you have a problem?
Yes, Kylo has been trained since birth. This is a scavenger. Luke got his arm cut off when he tried to fight
pretty much
Vader.
saying
That's
Kylo
Vader,
should have
though.
been one-handing.
You can't compare Vader and Kylo.
But this was after Luke had training. Rey had no training. She had never flown a spaceship before. She get in this motherfucking spaceship and she fly better than anybody we done seen in the trilogies. Then she picks up a lightsaber and beats somebody. She beat the grandson of Skywalker, Leia's child, who we all know got special treatment since birth. She sliced his face open. It don't make sense. It don't make sense.
It makes sense to me.
I can't pick up no.
Especially if you're a warrior.
Man,
already.
I can't
She
pick.
wasn't a warrior though.
She was skilled. She was a comp. She
wasn't a warrior.
Well, okay, she wasn't.
She was a scavenger that
but
could defend herself.
She was trained in combat though. She had
Ron,
combat
she wasn't
training.
trained.
Yes, she was. Nigga, she wasn't
She
trained.
was
trained by the Jedi. Yeah, but that don't mean you can have hand-to-hand combat skills.
Ron.
They never said
Hold
that
on.
she was trained in
That
any
don't
fighting.
mean nothing if she's sitting here wielding a staff and she's whacking people with it.
She would steal stuff and knew how to defend herself.
All right, man. Everything got to be shown to y'all.
Hold on.
It don't to me.
Hold on. Here's the thing.
Show, don't tell.
Here's the thing. It's a difference in fighting a stormtrooper, a regular person, than it is fighting Kylo Ren.
Yeah, Ryan,
Especially when Kylo not trying to kill you though.
But that's what I'm saying. You
But
see
that stuff y'all just inputting into
and
the
that's
story.
my point. That's why I said the writing. I'm not saying the stuff is trash. That's what I'm saying. The writing. The thing is, Ron, everything you asked me about the original trilogy, it was said. Why do we have to go imply to these materials? It's the writing. It's the fact that they don't care and they not connecting the dots. I want to do it this way.
If they not connecting dots, how am I able to connect dots? Or why the dots connect?
Because
to me?
you trying to.
Oh, well, it ain't my fault then. People ain't trying. I don't know.
But
No,
yo,
it ain't.
hold on.
No, it's not about people not trying to. It's about you're looking. Not to say you're looking and fishing for a way to connect them, but you're just you're so
common sense to me.
that
How?
shit not common sense
What you mean? How?
at all. Because you
How's
literally
it
the only
common
people
sense when
bringing
you
it
the only
up.
person I've ever heard come to that conclusion.
I probably ain't. You ain't talk to everybody. I'm sure I'm not the only person that came to that conclusion.
But
I
you the
haven't.
person.
It's also said that the force. It's also said that the force, when the force is in balance, if the chosen one don't do it, it balances itself.
But here's the thing. I'm glad you brought that up.
I straight never heard that.
Hold on.
Look.
Hold on. Can I say this real quick, please? I'm glad you brought that chosen
Yeah,
one.
because
thing up.
I can back it up
Because
too.
obviously Vader wasn't the
I'm
chosen
gonna just
one.
let y'all know before we got 30 more minutes.
Okay, but obviously
39.
Vader wasn't the chosen one.
Okay.
Considering how Star Wars, the sequel trilogy ended, it was Palpatine.
No.
Wasn't Rey a Palpatine?
Yeah, but what that mean?
So obviously Vader
I don't even look at Rey as a chosen one.
obviously Vader wasn't the chosen one. Obviously not if
To be fair, they just said that Anakin would bring balance to the Force. They never said how he would do it. They never said that.
right?
And they never said how far down the timeline it would happen. Because technically, they did. Because at the end, didn't Kylo become good?
Yeah.
So technically, they did bring, but well, no, because they both ended up being good. So It ain't like Rey ended up taking after
And
her
then
grandfather.
he keep
or
like I
great-grandfather,
said
whoever
last
it
time
is.
when he brought up Palpatine being chosen or balancing the Force still ain't balanced because Rey the only Force user alive.
Fuck is that? I'll be
It
right
still
back.
ain't balanced.
But what I'm
For the
saying,
Force to be balanced, it has to be a Sith and it has to be
and all of that went out the
regular
window
Jedi.
because of how they wrote the sequel trilogy. At the end of Return of the
no. It was like that at the end of Return of the Jedi. Luke was the only Jedi. He was the only good. He was the only Force user that was like the only powerful Force user. Wasn't no Sith. Unless you want to count Vader, but he died right after he killed Sidious. So it still was imbalanced. My thing is the Jedi, and we know they was wrong about a lot of their prophecies. Maybe the Force don't need to be balanced.
And I'm talking about the writing don't imply none of that. But in the ones George wrote, everything that George implied was straightforward. It was not left
That's
open
your
to
shoes?
interpretation.
My shoes came today too.
Nah, I bought some damn. No, nigga.
It
Oh,
was
you bought something else.
It ain't them shoes.
Oh.
fuck ass nigga.
it wasn't
Sorry.
it wasn't left up to interpretation. What shoes?
I bought some forces that I didn't get.
What shoes you just get?
Some Yeezys. But yeah,
The buzz hard though.
All I'm saying is the writing has caused people to have differences in opinions since Disney has took over. Before Disney took over, nothing was in question because it was what it was. Now you can sit here and we can talk about what possibly happened in between movies and everything else, but everything we seen on screen, what they implied is what we seen.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have to go off and wonder, did they mean this or did they mean that? Now, since Disney has took over, it's pretty much left open to interpretation.
I done got all my conclusions from off screen.
What you mean?
Everything y'all saying that
What conclusion?
I didn't pull it out my ass. I got off screen.
So what told you that Kylo wasn't trying to kill Rey?
He said, "Come with me. We can rule the world,"
And
or
when
some
did-
shit like that.
And when did he say that?
He said that when they was fighting him in the snow.
In the what?
In the snow on the Force Awakens, he said that. Come with me. He was trying to get. He saw her. He knew that she was Force sensitive before she even picked that lightsaber up.
And with that same logic, why didn't Vader let Luke win?
You don't think Vader let Luke win?
Man, Vader cut Luke's arm off.
What that mean?
Ron, you said you got from that scene, Kylo let Rey win. Luke and Vader had just had
And
this.
then you still could you do know that Kylo didn't go completely dark, right?
But what I'm saying is
He never finished his Sith training.
but that has nothing to do with Rey cutting his face open. Rey cut his face open because that's the way they wrote it.
That's what they wanted to happen.
Because with that same logic, why did Vader cut Luke hand off then?
Didn't hold up? Didn't Chewbacca blast Vader?
No,
Chewbacca didn't shoot Vader.
no, he fought Kylo. He
Oh, he
blasted
shot
Kylo.
Kylo. My thing is, you acting like just because you a Force user, you can't be touched by anything.
What I'm saying is,
When we seen him stop a blaster shot with his
Exactly.
hand, and he got blasted by Chewbacca.
And then you
so to me, that's the same as him getting slight. And it ain't like he lost his eye. It barely. It's like it left a scar. Yeah. And to me, though, was they giving him a scar like his grandpa.
Rey defeated Kylo.
It
out
is
there in
stupid
the
ass
snow.
writing.
Rey defeated Kylo. That's the way they wrote it. The good guys had to win. But with them writing it that way, it didn't make sense.
I mean, I ain't look at it like that, but okay.
But that's just stupid ass writing.
And that's all I've been trying to say.
No, he was
The
trying.
same-
He was trying to get an apprentice. He was trying to start his own shit.
The same way that
And I just don't understand how you come to that conclusion.
Because he said, "Come with me."
But and with that being said, how does that say
we've seen,
I'm gonna let him? I'm gonna let her slice my face
exactly.
open?
I ain't saying he let her
Palpatine-
do that. I'm not saying he let her slice his
Palpatine
face.
said the same thing to Rey. He tried to kill her. He tried to kill her.
But Ray, She didn't acquiesce to either one of them.
In they family. In they family.
She didn't know that, but they didn't.
He knew that.
He didn't. She didn't acquiesce to either one of them when they said that either.
Kylo let Rey win one time, and that's when they was on that plane.
My point was that
fighting on the broken up Death Star in the water.
My point was
The only
that
time he let her win.
No, he let her win
Sidious
on
was
the first.
trying to get her to come to his side. So why was he trying to kill her too?
What do you mean? Why was he trying to kill her? Because she wasn't trying to come with him.
Exactly.
Man, this dude had just killed his dad.
Exactly. So why can't you say the same thing about Kylo?
Kylo didn't even give a fuck about his daddy.
And he gave a fuck about Rey?
Wasn't he in love?
No.
Before he found out they was related or some shit.
They wasn't related.
All right, man, I gotta watch it.
No,
over
they
again,
never
obviously.
said that. See, that's my point. They never said that in the movie. There was shit that people brought into the movie as to why he was acting this way towards Rey.
No, he told her, "Come with me."
No, I'm talking
He
about
wanted
being,
her
I'm talking
to-
about being in love with her.
Well, yeah, I just kind of said that. I don't know, but
That's what I'm talking. But that's what I mean. The last episode of the sequel series, Palpatine said the same thing. Come to the dark side. Come with me.
yeah, but see,
learn this.
Kylo didn't say come to the dark side.
All right.
He didn't.
All right.
It's different. Sidious was looking for an apprentice. Kylo wasn't looking for no apprentice.
What was he looking for?
Kylo was an apprentice. You can't get an apprentice when you're an apprentice.
So what was he looking for?
He just wanted him to join forces with her.
What the fuck you think Palpatine wanted? To join forces.
All right, man.
What you think?
He wasn't trying to.
Is?
He wasn't
joining
trying,
forces.
He wasn't trying to bring Rey to the dark side. Sidious was. Kylo wasn't. He didn't say come to the dark side. He just come with me.
How when he on well, this is what the last episode told us. How when he only went after Rey because of Sidious.
And you
every voice you've heard has been me. Everything you've done has been because of me.
We do know that that's how Palpatine play, right? Because he did the same thing to Anakin.
He ain't asked Vader
But my
to join
point thing is...
He did the same thing to Anakin.
He ain't asked Vader to join the dark side.
Who?
He said... He never said join the dark side.
No, but he did plant thoughts in his mind.
But you just implied that somebody needed to say join the dark side.
No, I did not.
You can't have it both ways.
I told you
can't have it both ways.
I told you the difference between when he told Rey to come with me and when Kylo told Rey to come with me.
But what's the difference? You saying
Because
that Kylo was saying
Kylo was not
he
Sith.
was in love.
Kylo's not a Sith.
No, but I'm asking you saying that Kylo asking Rey to come with him because he in love with
No,
her.
I said wasn't they in love? I didn't say that's why he said come with me. He was trying to rule. He was trying to rule shit.
But I mean, but can't we? Well, I guess you telling me that Kylo Ren wasn't on the dark side. I guess that's what you're telling me. Throughout
as
that
much as
series.
Reva was.
Okay,
I give you that.
As much as Reva was.
I give you that.
He was to me. Kylo was completely for real balanced because he was able to just switch over anyway because he didn't give a fuck about Sidious or Snoke. He said that.
I don't know.
He said that he's why
I
he
don't know about that because his parents tried to get him to come.
He didn't fuck with his parents. That's just plain and simple. It ain't got nothing to do with nothing else. He just didn't fuck with them.
Man, that shit trash. The writing that they've done.
The movies could have been better, but I mean, I understand where they went with it.
And
they ain't retcon shit.
To me personally,
You don't feel like they
I
did?
think everything.
How could they retcon something?
We just had the whole conversation about Leia.
No, I'm saying as far as the prequels. If you
mean the prequels?
I mean the sequel
No,
trilogy.
I'm not saying they retcon anything.
Oh,
like
that's
that.
what I'm talking about. We ain't talking about.
But what got me on that was how they treat characters. You have a character developed. We go through all this development of a character just for them to get their hands on, it, and this character totally different than what we remember. Luke, Boba Fett, Obi-Wan.
Which is exactly what I was gonna get to. Only thing that I have not had a problem with is Mandalorian since
A new character. The new characters are done just fine.
Yeah.
Which was my original point when we originally started this argument. They need to leave the legacy characters alone and just start something new.
Mm-hmm.
Because with something new like Rogue One, I liked it. I enjoyed it thoroughly. But when you try to bring in the old characters and tell their stories, they screw it up and they create retcons.
Rogue One and Mandalorian, them two.
I'm glad you brought up Rogue One. Because the nigga with the staff was a force. He was sensitive. He was force sensitive, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
No lightsaber.
Mm-hmm.
But he had a stick.
Mm-hmm.
How come you don't think that's how Ray was?
All right, Ryan.
But he wasn't.
There's been views over flip. If you gonna ask that question, we gonna end this.
He wasn't fighting no Jedi or no Sith or nothing.
Who?
And the
He
nigga was
he right,
and the nigga was clearly cold at fighting.
All right, man, whatever, man.
Ray was just swinging his staff around. This nigga was clearly cold at fighting.
And Ray would have had the upper hand on 90% of the people she fought. Had they not been Jedi or
Exactly.
had combat training.
Hell no, I don't think she wouldn't have been. She wasn't that good at fighting.
No, but even let's say I agree with that to a certain extent.
Man,
She was not gonna have the upper hand on Kylo. You saying he let her win? Even if I give you
the person
that,
that's leading the what's it called, the Empire now,
the First Order.
the First
Even
Order.
if I give you that, it's lazy writing, and they could have done it better.
Show
Just
don't
say
tell.
that.
That's what we've been saying.
Show don't tell.
I respect that more than saying you don't understand or it don't make sense.
No, I understand and it makes sense. It just don't make sense to the it. What it did was create. You know how Loki, when he did what he did and he created all these other little threads. That's exactly what this writing has done. Everything was straightforward.
Oh yeah, another thing I was gonna say, because people, so Palpatine being alive was a problem for people.
Oh yeah, but Palpatine being
Wasn't it
alive
big? It
was
was to me. Then again, it wasn't. I saw
lot
what
Why
he did.
was it? Why was it? Because keep in mind, all they did was throw him down there. Nigga, Darth Maul got cut in half, they fell down one of them, and still survived.
Well, the problem I saw most people had with Palpatine was that they just threw that shit in there because they knew that people wasn't really fucking with it. They never set it up that she was Palpatine's granddaughter. The whole time everybody thought maybe she was related to Luke, maybe she was related to Han Solo, maybe she was related to somebody.
Right.
Nobody ever brought up that she was Palpatine's granddaughter. She never brought. It was never.
She didn't know.
Well,
She
no,
don't know.
I meant to say it was never interpreted in the story that she was Palpatine's granddaughter. They just threw it out of left field.
Was it interpreted that Luke was Vader's son before they announced it?
We knew that they had some connection.
No, we didn't.
It
No,
felt
we
like they had
didn't.
some connection to
No,
each
we
other.
didn't.
No.
No, we didn't. All we knew is he was going after Vader because Vader killed Obi-Wan.
But that
And
all
at the
happened in one episode.
And
though.
at the beginning,
So?
at the beginning of
You don't
episode,
see
at the beginning of episode, Empire Strikes Back, when he was talking to the Emperor, he said Skywalker's son. Something about him surviving or something like that. Which
I'm gonna have to go back and watch all these.
And
shit.
then another thing, like people got so upset about Rey being force sensitive and being as powerful as she is. Now, granted, yeah, she shouldn't have been as powerful as she was, but Anakin was born just like that.
But to
no,
me,
Rey had a mother and a father.
But to
Yeah,
me,
but what
it
I'm
was
saying
just,
is Anakin was born out of the blue,
Right.
and then he was just cold and so force
But
sensitive.
Anakin had training.
Yeah, but
There is no yeah,
Leia
but
had, I mean,
Anakin
what's
had
name
training.
had training too?
Who?
What's her name?
Rey?
Yeah,
No, she didn't.
yes, she did.
What are you talking about?
We just talked about it.
You talking about at the end of the trilogy?
What's her name? Trained her.
Right, you talking about the end of the trilogy?
She was getting trained
I don't
after
have- right, I
the first
I don't have
episode.
a problem. I don't have a problem with that.
Right.
he's
makes
talking
sense.
about the first
She had
episode.
training.
He's talking about the first episode. That's what he's talking about. And
All
which
right,
is my
man.
whole point that you talking about something that
Hold
happened.
up. Did
All right.
Did he have training when he popped Vader on the shoulder?
Who, Luke?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He actually. All right, man.
Yeah, as I was about to say, he didn't even go after Vader up until he went to go see Yoda, didn't he? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But that like 5 days.
But the thing with the difference in what you talking about
that
and with Rey
like
in the sequel
trilogy
is that they showed us that they've set it up.
They showed us that Rey had training too. That's how I know.
No, they did not. She just came out of nowhere. It was
they said it that Leia was training her.
No.
So what did I come up with that?
At the beginning
of movies.
Exactly. At the beginning of the
first. No, you still talking about the first one.
I'm not.
I'm talking about just the.
But that's the only.
Yeah, but people don't have a problem after her being trained. People don't have a problem with that.
Right after she got trained.
Man, y'all really, it's really that bad. Just because she nicked him. She wasn't even a slice. She nicked him.
Well, I mean,
the nigga got sliced it out. He still could see in it. So that's really not. She really didn't slice it out.
I mean, to me, it wasn't that bad. We just talking about it because now it's part of a pile of bigger inconsistencies that Disney has.
Exactly.
With Star Wars.
All right.
It ain't just that one thing. It's numerous things that keep stacking on top of each other.
We seen that. We let it slide. We seen something else. We let it slide. Now it's gotten down to Obi-Wan. You said was a bitch ass nigga.
Yeah.
And then 6 episodes later.
You ain't the only one. A lot of people say Obi-Wan a bitch ass nigga.
6 episodes later, he ain't fought nobody with this lightsaber. He running from stormtroopers and everything. He just beat the hell out of it. It ain't even that bad.
The nigga been weak the whole series on top of that.
All I'm saying is, I'm not saying I didn't enjoy it. What I'm saying is, what I said before, leave the Skywalker saga alone and do something else.
Leave that shit alone.
Do something else. Because when y'all do something else besides the Skywalkers and anything connected with that, I fucks with it. Mm-hmm. Everything connected with the Skywalkers, y'all fucking it up.
Yeah.
And I just completely disagree. So just go there from there.
Any last thoughts, Ryan? You want to say about the series?
Series
was fire. Before we get up out of here?
Series was fire.
As you said.
I enjoyed it. I'm gonna give a series a C+.
Oh yeah, grades. What you?
Yeah. I'm giving it an A.
A.
Yeah.
Just A plus. Just regular.
A.
C plus. That what you said. Y'all better than me. I get it. The last episode in episode 2 to me really saved the series, and the episode with Vader dragging the niggas through the ground.
That was 2.
Was that 2 or was that 3?
That might have been 2.
No, that was 3. Cause they was on that one planet the whole episode 2.
Yeah, that was 3.
That one city.
So you ain't like the episode when he was using the Force on Revad. You ain't like that either. The episode either.
That was episode 5.
That was episode 5.
Yeah, 3, 4, 3.
He said 2 and 6.
I mean, which episode? You ain't like he didn't like episode 4. So
I thought it was a lot that like I said, it was a lot of highs. But yeah, nah. I didn't like the entire episode. And that's my whole point about the whole entire series.
I'm gonna admit something. I'm not gonna like something just because you put a name on it. Just because you use characters. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna enjoy watching it, but if I see something wrong with it and it's not connecting how, I ain't gonna say how I remember how everything else is connecting with those properties, I'm gonna speak on it. So maybe you can probably say I might be biased because when I saw something wrong, it was a big wrong to me.
Yeah.
So
this. Because I really don't care about...
It just got to be something like drastic that like change, like calls for a whole new movie. Like,
see, to me, writing is drastic.
I don't think the writing was bad.
And that's the thing. You might not... Okay, let me explain something. The writing wasn't that bad to you in this, right?
Yeah.
The writing wasn't that bad to you in Boba Fett, right? The writing wasn't that bad... Because when we was talking about Boba Fett, you liked it a lot more than we did.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I liked it Yeah, I liked a lot of shit you did, but
I thought
that was
Fett
more the
completely
visuals though. I
boring.
don't know about the story though. The visuals I was talking about like
That Boba Fett, the sequel trilogy, and a bunch of other stuff that I've seen, along not just with Star Wars, just in general, has led me to this moment where I'm like, that's bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
It's bullshit. Obi-Wan just getting the brunt of it.
But that's what happened when you know the past and the future. And Disney trying to fill in the in between. That's what happened.
But that's why I like it, because to me it's open for interpretation, because we ain't had
Technically,
nothing.
it's not.
It should not be open.
I mean, it is to me.
When you
'cause
have so Ryan,
we ain't had
Ryan,
nothing else. We ain't had nothing else to tell us different,
Ryan, tell me this.
except for like the Vader comics.
The series that you was thinking of, that you was working on, making that series, would you leave anything at the end of the show would you leave that up for interpretation for the audience?
What do you mean up for interpretation?
Whatever you meant by it.
What I mean by up for interpretation is because we haven't seen this. Like I said, only thing we've seen between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope is Rebels.
Right.
Yeah,
But with that being said, we know what happens
exactly.
at the end of Obi-Wan's journey.
We know where
we don't
he
know
ends
what
up.
happens in the middle, but
Right, we haven't seen it.
And we know where he start.
you can't have something in there that doesn't line up with the end of the journey.
Hey,
But
pretty much what they telling us.
after this last episode, it makes sense that he got his powers back.
No, I'm not talking about his power. I'm just talking about the stories.
Well, Rebels, but they weren't even talking about Leia. So I mean, I feel like the only thing y'all talking about for real is Leia.
And that's a big part of
No, I'm not.
me.
I'm not. Well, I'm not only talking about Leia.
Like the power and all that, I don't have an issue with it because I know where Obi-Wan wind back up.
I'm about to say, because
And then on top of that-
I've already said that I don't. To me, it's all character stuff. Like I've been saying I don't understand how this Obi-Wan get from this guy to the Obi-Wan that we see in the prequel series. I mean, in the original series. I don't understand how they line up. But that's what I'm saying. That's just me though, and maybe, like I said, maybe I don't know enough about Star Wars to. Maybe they've already explained this.
I could say we didn't see. So attachment, when you a Jedi, attachment, you're not supposed to have no attachments, right? That was one of Obi-Wan's flaws. He was attached to Anakin.
Mm-hmm.
He chopped this nigga life away in the Revenge of the Sith, and it traumatized him because he was attached. He looked at him like a little brother. It traumatized him, so I can understand why he was so weak. I didn't like it because, but I ain't gonna say I don't like the writing of it, but I don't like the fact that I don't like to see no Jedi like that. Like, nigga, you trained all these years and you just cut yourself off. I wouldn't like it for any Jedi.
No, you can be like that.
No, but what I'm
But
saying is,
come back. No, that
makes
that's
sense.
what I mean.
That's
what I
muscle
mean
memory
by the,
to me.
But
That's
no,
muscle
that's
memory
what I
to me.
mean by the writing. They set up his power coming back. None. The last episode, he was having trouble using the Force.
not on the last episode.
Yes, he did.
He only had trouble when he caught Leia falling off that building.
Nigga, that's the only time he successfully used the Force.
Yeah, when in the last episode, when did he try to use it?
Nigga,
And
that
it
was
didn't work?
episode 2.
Yeah, what episode? When did he try to use his Force that it didn't work?
He was trying. Who did he fight? Episode 5.
He fought like stormtroopers. He was
Now he
fucking them
fought
up.
Reva, didn't he?
No,
I thought they swung against each other a
No.
couple times.
They didn't swing each other. I think they did use some force abilities against each other, and she
don't-
overpowered them.
what Force ability he used?
They tried to use the force push or something.
Because I thought when he was running through the rock
When?
or some shit. I thought it was either when he was running through the rock or maybe like right before, like when he was outside, maybe. on the
Episode
ground.
5.
Yeah, episode 5.
That's when he fucked Reva up, right?
That was when they.
No,
that
he.
was
I
when
don't
they
even
was
think
in,
the only time he even confronted. I thought the only time he even came. No,
that was
he
when
let-
Vader. That was when Vader fucked up Reva.
No, when Reva came through. He figured Reva out when she was on the other side of that blast door.
Yeah, on the other side of the wall.
when she came through, he let himself get caught so everybody else can get away.
Yeah.
So he didn't fight back. But what force did he use?
Cause when he used some of that.
Nah, man, he used no force power. I watched the episode twice. And if he did, he wasn't trying. He let himself get caught so they can get away. And then actually, no, not even that. He let himself get caught so she can call Vader to the down there.
Like I said, I wasn't bringing them for me. I'm bringing them for you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I don't remember him using no force.
Maybe not. But the entire series, they never set up him getting stronger with the force, him having a more connection with the force.
So let me ask you this question. What would you have liked to seen him do to get stronger in the force?
I would have liked to see him at least working
Train?
on it. No, give me something. Give me some meditation. Give me something. Or like I've said, because you got the whole fight, dude getting his ass whooped. Vader one-handing this nigga the whole fight. Up until he throw them rocks on him and
But he wasn't even trying to fight that time. Hold up, you said
the nigga tried to throw a boulder at Vader. Vader stopped it. We got 12 minutes. Vader stopped it and was like, I see you got your power back.
Right.
And this is what I mean by writing. This is what I mean by writing. You got your power back. But you still, what'd he say? You still weak or still like in comparison to mine or whatever. And he talks that shit. The nigga gets buried under rock, thinks about Luke and Leia, and now all of a sudden he's just beasting Vader with the force.
He was using the force to he was up under there, but he was using the force that whole time. But
yeah, that's the only thing that saved him.
So I don't see he thought of something that gave him inspiration. Yeah. What's the problem with that?
All right. None. Anything else?
Nah, I mean, like I said, that part wasn't a big deal to me, so I see your point.
Yeah, to me that's just another rock thrown in the bad writing.
Another rock thrown is just elementary. That's elementary Star Wars, if you know Star Wars. Man.
And like I said, maybe I've said throughout the entire series that I'm not the most knowledgeable here about Star Wars. I'm just going off of what they setting up and what they're writing in the show. That's all I'm going off of. But y'all have different knowledge of shit of what happened. So, and also, I'm assuming at the end of this series, with him in the suit and everything, is setting up what Clone Wars is him going into the Clone Wars.
No, Clone Wars was before this.
Yeah, he wasn't even the evil when Clone Wars was.
Clone Wars is in between Revenge of the Sith and Attack of the Clones.
Rebels happened after this.
Rebels. There you go.
And again, he really didn't have much involvement with Rebels. Rebels was other characters, but then again, that's Dave Filoni, and which.
I mean, he was doing the same shit in Rebels though that he was doing in this. He was looking for Jedi.
Who?
Vader.
No, I'm talking about Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan. He was in there for like one episode.
30 seconds of the show. Yeah.
Okay, I ain't know. That's why I was asking. That's why I was asking. So,
he did the same thing. He did the same thing that he did in episode 1, Darth Maul. Just cut him down, which wasn't hard because it's Darth Maul. Yeah. But go ahead.
And Darth Maul and Vader. So, A, C plus. Well, I give C minus. I've been laying on C minus. Yeah. Well, that's been Views Over Flick. I'm Will.I.Am Defoe, aka Big Willie Style. As normal, that's said.
What's happening?
That's Ron Jarobi.
You already know me.
And that's been our thoughts on Obi-Wan. We'll see if we see y'all season 2. See if they approve one. And see what the next series.
Well, I thought it was already approved after episode 2.
I haven't seen
I saw something said it was approved already.
Everything I've seen had been everything I've seen had been about the they was rumored to have a Reva series coming.
Yeah, I heard about that. Anakin talking about he exploring the comics and he wanted to do a Vader series, but
Yeah, I saw that.
And to me, I'm up for a
It's
Vader
gonna be a
series
Vader
depending on who writes.
we'll see.
It's gonna be one.
I think it is. There's too much money to be made though.
Exactly.
But I'd rather have a movie. I would rather have a movie.
Yeah. I wonder, but Dave said it won't be another Star Wars movie for I don't know how long. For a while. So, I mean, we'll see when we get the next one. Well, that's been Views of a Flick. Gonna see y'all next time. Peace.